Hey everyone, it's Scarlett. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be talking about how to make candles. So candle making is something that you can do as a craft, as a hobby. It can help you save money if that's something you're interested in, trying to stick to a budget. And there are a few different ways you can go about it. The two main types of wax that you can choose from are paraffin or soy. And the paraffin wax is sort of your standard candle wax that most candles are made out of unless they specify otherwise. And soy wax, of course, is made from soybean oil, right? So it's a little bit more eco-friendly. It's a more natural option. And if that's something you're interested in, if that's something you're concerned about with, not wanting to release too many chemicals or so forth into your home, soy wax candles are going to be your best option. So the process for making candles with either soy or paraffin is roughly the same. There's a few different steps in the procedures as far as how hot the wax needs to be when you add any fragrances or colors you plan to add with soy versus paraffin, but overall it's basically the same. So I'm going to get a little bit into the steps, and then I'm going to demonstrate how you do that. There are some things that you really need to have on hand before you get started. You need something to put the candle in, like a jar, or if you're going to do molds for pillars or votives or something like that. I have been saving little glass votive jars that I bought that were already filled, that had the candles in them, and I saved all of them when I burned them, and now I'm going to refill them and use them again because it's so much cheaper just to do that than go out and buy a whole bunch more candles. If you want to do colored candles, you need something to do the color. And there are a few different options for that. You can buy packages of like little colored pellets of wax that you can mix in. There are little blocks of color that you can cut part of that off and add to it, depending on how deep or light you want the color. Some people use crayons. I have not had a whole lot of luck with crayons. With getting the candle to burn really well when I use crayons for coloring my candles. They just don't want to stay lit for some reason. So you can certainly try that option if you've got a lot of broken crayons in your house, or just go out and buy a $1 pack of crayons, peel the labels off, throw them in with the melted wax, and it certainly will give you a beautiful colored wax. I just haven't had a lot of luck with the burning of the candle when I do that method. That's something you can do with children, certainly, if you want to. If you have a child that's old enough to help out in the process of making candles, you can use the crayons, have them make a candle, and that's something fun they can do. So if you're using soy wax, crayons you might want to avoid because crayons are made of paraffin wax. So you're going to have two different types of waxes mixed together. The best option really for soy wax, if you want to add color, are the little color wedges, or if you can find colored soy flakes of wax to mix in with the white wax. Those are going to be your best options. So you need either your soy or your paraffin. You need your coloring item, whatever that is. You also need a candle thermometer, and you can also use a candy thermometer. So if you make a lot of candy, if you do a lot of cooking and baking like that, you probably already have a thermometer that's going to work. If not, you can pick one up in a craft store or online for relatively cheap. So you're going to need a thermometer in order to tell you the temperature of your wax. You need a wax pouring pitcher. Something else you might need if you want to add any fragrance to your candles, you'll need either pre-made candle fragrance oil that you can add in. You can buy those again at the craft store in the candle making section, or you can use essential oils. I like to use essential oils I have on hand. I don't tend to use a whole lot of it because you don't really need much, and essential oils can get kind of pricey if you go through them really quickly. But they do make pre-mixed candle fragrance as well, so you can go and choose like cinnamon apple or ocean breeze, you know, scents like that they put on candles. You can go ahead and get those pre-mixed scents and add what you like, or the essential oils. Of course, you need candle wicks. So you have a couple of different choices with this as well. You have wood wicks or your standard candle wick that's like, you know, a wax coated looking sort of piece of string. And when you buy them, they come already with a little wick stabilizer connected to the bottom. Some people like to buy something extra that helps you center the wick in the candle. It kind of hangs onto the side of the jar or candle holder that you're using. I don't really find those to be necessary. I have some wooden sticks that I use that I kind of roll the end of the wick up on and then lay it across the top of the candle holder to help stabilize it and keep it in place. You do need something to keep the wick in place if you're using a traditional type of wick. If you're using a wood wick, they're a little bit more sturdy. They often also come with the wick stabilizer already connected to the bottom. And you can also buy kits where you can cut the wick to the length that you want it and add the stabilizer yourself or not. If you're making pillar candles, generally you just use the wick and you don't have a stabilizer on the bottom, or any type of candle that you're putting in a mold. It's your choice, but I think that the wick stabilizer makes it a lot easier to work with. So once you have your materials together, you are ready to get started. So you want to choose whether or not you're using soy or paraffin, what type of wick you're using, if you're adding any colors or scents, and you want to have your thermometer and your wick wax pouring pitcher, and of course whatever you're going to make your candle in, your jar, your candle holder, your mold, etc. So once you have all of your things assembled, you're ready to go. And so I will meet you in the kitchen for the next step. So that's it. That's how you make candles. I hope you enjoyed this how-to video today and that you find it useful and helpful in your candle making endeavors. So may you have a blessed day and may the goddess smile upon you. And until next time, bye-bye.